Shalom, it's me, Sudden Skye, and in between parts I was thinking, what's stopping Yacht Club Games from making the two-player exclusive feature that they made for the Amiibo Shovel Knight for the Wii U version of Shovel Knight, and then making it DLC for the PS4 and Xbox One versions of Shovel Knight? You know, like, they could do that as like revenge for not putting Shovel Knight into Super Smash Brothers. This is what you get, Nintendo. We're gonna make the two-player feature DLC for PS4 and Xbox One in 2 months. Yeah, that's what you get for not putting our character into your game. But anywho, as you saw, I purchased a meal ticket, and I came to the Armored Outpost to switch out my armor from this male momentum, because this armor is just terrible. I just put it on just to show it off. But now, let's see what we're going to choose now. The Conjurer's Coat. We sacrifice protection for a higher amount of magic. So as you saw, our magic almost doubled in size there when I purchased the purple armor. I'm gonna call it purple armor because I'm only ever saying the name of the armors once. And this is the Shovel Spark, or something Spark. I didn't read the whole name. Basically, it works just like the Legend of Zelda sword. More specifically, 2. Legend of Zelda 2. Where if Link had a full health bar, his sword would shoot out a long-ranged projectile attack from his sword and be able to hit enemies from a distance. And I do believe the shovel, that upgrade, does take inspiration from that feature, and I missed all that money there. I was really trying to get it, but I guess I failed somehow. But I will get this money. Needless to say. I'm not one to pass out on easy money. All this money is mine. So much money. I don't know if you noticed, but this game does give you like a surplus of money, so I don't think it's very hard to. I don't think you'd find it easy to lose all of your money in this game. Like, oh man, that was terrible. But it's very easy to purchase for everything in this game and still have money to spare. Like, look at all that money. So much money. This game gives too much money. In fact, I think it'd be kind of amazing if someone did a Shovel Knight run with no money at all. Like, let me see a Shovel Knight run where the person does not grab any of the money. That'd be amazing. It could be just like a low percent run of Luigi's Mansion. People try to do runs of Luigi's Mansion and get the worst version of the house that Luigi can get. Some people find it harder to get the worst ranking in that game than it is to get the best ranking. Which, you know, I think that'd be hard to do in games too. Like if you're playing Mario, try not grabbing any of the coins. Avoid all the money in that game. See how far you get. Try playing Legend of Zelda. Bypass all the rupees. But sometimes, you know, it's sort of necessary to beat the game necessary to grab all the rupees in order to beat the game. Because, like, how are you going to get bombs? How are you going to bomb up the walls? Unless you have money to pay for the bombs. You'd have to grab the bombs. Try beating Crazy Taxi without making any money. Crazy Taxi! Whoa! Sega Dreamcast! Oh man, anywho. Now time for the Soul Knight of this part. The, not Polar Knight, the Tinker Knight? What do we know about Tinker Knight? Well, first of all, I purposefully changed out my armor from the black armor to this armor. Because I would never be able to do his stage with the momentum of that armor. I mean, there's too many, treadmills. I cannot platform very well on the stage with that armor. But with Tinker Knight, his official bio says, well, it starts off with Tinker Knight. Some knights love rushing into the glory of battle, ready to crush the skulls of their enemies. Tinker Knight is not one of those knights. He does his fighting before the battle begins, laboring on diabolical devices that do his work for him. The wrench is the tool of his trade, doubling as an engineering device and a melee weapon. Some are quick to dismiss Tinker Knight's lethality, usually just before falling victim to one of his mechanical monstrosities. So it seems Tinker Knight's less of a physical fighter and more of a create a robot and then fight with the robot. or creating a gun and fighting with a gun. Which is it's not completely laughable. I mean, I know a lot of the Batman villains do that same thing. I mean, how do you think Penguin fights Batman? I mean, Penguin's like short in stature and like pretty chubby. How's he gonna fight Batman? With his fists? No. Might as well be a penguin. Batman fighting a penguin. Anywho, what it says here, his pros. Gregarious demeanor. Uh-oh. Bringing an SAT word into this. And a hard worker. Well, good for him. We need more hard workers in this world. Tinker Knight doesn't sound like a bad guy from this description that they give. But his cons, uh-oh. He has rough hands. Ooh. Not gonna be shaking his hand anytime soon. Works long hours. Aw, poor Tinker Knight. Well, he is a hard worker, so... I mean, I guess that makes sense that he would work long hours. But I work long hours too, so I mean, I guess we're both in the same boat, Tinker Knight. And it says, always out there to prove himself. Aw. Tinker Knight, don't worry. You're special in my book. I feel like Tinker Knight is, if you know the Knights of the Order of No Quarter, I feel like Tinker Knight's one of he's one of like the underdog knights. He's as you can hear in his description, he's probably physically weak. So he has to like rely on like his intelligence to fight for him, and I guess people see that as like I guess they see it as like a not brave way of fighting, like not hand to hand is not manly enough for the knights. I mean that's how I feel like it works, but I mean I could be just not right at all in my opinion. But believe me, Tinker Knight is no laughing matter. He may seem like a joke, but oh no, he has tricks up his sleeve. But a Tinker Knight stage mostly consists of the obstacles consisting of treadmills and platforming upon the treadmills, which if I'm having trouble, I like to jump a lot whenever I have like trouble with a stage moving me without me moving myself. But Chester gives us the mobile gear, which is basically a Rush item. If you remember Rush from the Mega Man series, Rush transformed into a jet or some tool that we can use to ride upon, like a submarine or something. But the mobile gear, just he's not a dog, but and it's very mobile. Oh no, I died. I can't believe I have to resort to using magic on this guy. If you guys didn't see, when he stabbed me, he did twice the amount of damage of a normal attack. Ugh. It's pretty strong. Yeah, not a guy to mess around with. These enemies are not playing around anymore. On this section, you just gotta watch out for the missiles. I like to use the invincibility band to get through an area such as this. Yep. It ain't no trowel. It's a goldfish. It's the snack that smiles back. Seeing these spinning candy cane-like platforms, it reminds me. I think I might have mentioned this before early in the playthrough, but I mean it's been so long ago since I've seen the earlier parts of my playthrough. But if Shovel Knight were to be made on the NES, or at least attempted to, I don't think they would have been able to. I think this product is too powerful of a game for it to run on such an old, weak console. But seeing these reminded me that I just recently played Mega Man 10, and I gotta say I had a really fun time. I played it all the way through as Mega Man, of course, and I had a really fun time. I skipped 9 though. I do believe that I heard that Mega Man 9 is the harder between the two games. So I guess it does make sense to try the easier game first. And I don't think... I also heard that both of those games, even though they were based heavily on the NES versions of the Mega Man games, those games too would not have been able to run on the NES. Which is very strange because, like, it looks exactly, it's like uncanny on how similar it looks to the older Mega Man games, but apparently they can't. I think there was like a section in the game where Mega Man was like, he was standing on platforms that work just, oh man, okay, good thing I didn't break that checkpoint. But Mega Man was standing on platforms that changed his sprite. I think it wasn't Mega Man 10, it was Mega Man 9, where like Mega Man was like magnetized to the platform, but he was spinning around and around it, and it was like changing his sprite up a bit. And I thought that even something like that was might have been too powerful of a thing to replicate on the NES. But I guess we'll never know unless someone decides to attempt making those games on the NES console. But I don't believe that time is coming anytime soon. And if you saw on the death screen, I think that is the least amount of checkpoints in a stage that we saw so far. I mean, I do believe I'm referring only to like the Knights of the Order of No Quarter so far, but I think that was the least amount of stage like checkpoints, which leads me to believe that this is the shortest stage out of the Knights of Order of No Quarter. Although it does seem like I'm taking a very long time, I am like going out of my way to go through the secret parts of the stage and get all the gems and tools and such as like the equipment, like the mobile gear. I feel obligated to do things like that to fully accentuate the greatness that is Shovel Knight. Ooh. I forgot you're capable of destroying the missiles with your shovel if the invisibility band is not working out for you. Oh, I died. I always have trouble with the vertical sections like this. You don't know what's up ahead, and well, the dangerous path is down, but like, you don't know. Like, you could accidentally get hit by an enemy and like just fall back and into a very unlucky position of a pit and just die. Just think about that. Just dying in Shovel Knight. The idea is preposterous. We shouldn't let it happen. We can't let it happen. We shan't. But this is Tinker Knight. Let's see what this bad boy is up to. Oh, and I scrolled through this text pretty quickly. Did you make all that noise? I can't think straight. I have so much work to do. Oh, poor Tinker Knight. Just work on letting me pass, little friend. Oh, big words, Tin Man. I'll show you a thing or two. Okay, well, the thing about Tinker Knight is he's weak. He's almost pathetically weak. I mean, he's jokingly kind of weak. You could beat him with one hit from the mobile gear. Like, I didn't show you in this because I wanted to show you what he was capable of, but it's kind of pathetic. Oh. What? Why did we fall? Tinker Knight, what are you doing? Oh no! Tinker Knight! There is actually a second form to Tinker Knight, and he is one of the only knights in the Order of No Quarter that is capable, or actually has like a second phase. But yes, this is Tinker Knight taking inspiration from the Mega Man X boss fight with Sigma, where once you destroy Sigma's body, his head goes into a robot dog version of a giant robot. And it's kind of funny, but Tinker Knight is still pathetic. Sad to say, but I do like Tinker Knight, but I mean, his boss fight's really easy though. He tried. The least he could say is that he tried. Hopefully the least he could say, if at all. Oh, my dog's barking. Okay, see you guys later.